Beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. So guys, I am back again with updates on where you can go, how to travel, where to jackpot, and this time around we are going to be moving to Canada and I will be talking about my two favorite colleges, not because I like to talk about these two colleges often, but because of some of the things I think these colleges offer to international students that others do not offer. Now, before we even talk about these favorite colleges in Canada, my name is Milton Fonkwa. Thank you so much for joining. I'm equally the chairman of the broke community, but we will never remain broke forever. Thank you so much, guys. If you need a one-on-one with me, please book from the video description box, and do not forget to follow my second YouTube channel from the video description box. So now I will be taking you to NBCC, and the news is that if you don't know yet, I am here to tell you the news. Those who applied to NBCC last year and were rejected, this is another opportunity for you to apply. There are a lot of details I'm going to be talking about here, but first of all, let's begin with this application. So NBCC, which is New Brunswick Community College in New Brunswick, Canada, it's open and accepting applications for September 2024 intake, which is the intake that is still to this intake that is coming, where most people haven't. In fact, I don't know why NBCC just opened some programs now, and looking at the timeline, I don't know if those who are applying now, they will be able to get admissions to apply for visas and move September. That is something you should put into consideration, but there are some few programs that are still accepting application for September 2024. NBCC is open. I can be talking now, and before you know, these programs are closed. So guys, please make sure if you see this video and you want to move to Canada, you still want to move to NBCC, apply immediately. Also understand that it's not just programs for September 2024 that are open. People want to apply for January intake, or if you intend to go to Canada, to move to Canada using the January intake of 2025, then it is also open and the time to apply is now. The reason I say the time to apply is now is because you would get a lot of time, enough time to prepare yourself to move to Canada, right? So that is something you should put into consideration, guys. I would advise you that if you are thinking of applying for a visitor's visa now and you have some money, I would prefer you go in for the study visa. The reason is because there are so many advantages to it, and you are going to maybe avoid taking Odoro. For those of you who do not know what Odoro is, drop a comment below. However, like I said, NBCC is open. There are so many things you need to know, but first, let's begin with the tuition fee update. Now, remember, because I noticed some people still don't understand these things. NBCC last year was charging international students just $500 as tuition deposit. If you got admissions, they would then tell you to pay this money, just $500, in order to protect yourself or secure your position to apply for visa later. Then when you apply for visa and go in, that is when you will start paying your tuition at NBCC. But now, what is happening now is that, remember, Canada recently said they do not need a lot of many international students, and they brought a cap. The reason was that there was housing issues, there is housing issues, and so many other problems, right? So now they are looking for specific people, for particular people to come into Canada and fill in those gaps. So they said they were going to be bringing in something called Provincial Attestation Letter, which is the PAL. So for you to apply for a study visa now to Canada, you need Provincial Attestation Letter. And for you to get Provincial Attestation Letter now to study in Canada, many schools are bringing a lot of restrictions on this. Let me say they are just being strict now. They want to be sure that if they are giving you the Provincial Attestation Letter, you are already a student and would be applying for the visa. So they are now bringing, the government has given the schools the attestations. So it is the school which is sharing the attestation now to students. So these students who are applying to schools now, The schools too, they are also saying that. Schools now, they are saying that you need to put in a lot of effort in order to get the attestation. Now, what are you going to do to get the attestation? The first thing you need to do is you need to first of all pay your tuition according to some institutions. A school like NBCC, they are also charging internationals now 1,500. Initially, people already paid 500, but NBCC is saying that for you to get the provincial attestation now, you need to add 1,000. So for those of you who already paid 500, you got the email already to add 1,000. Then those of you who are still to pay, you are going to get a new email to pay $1,500. Now you should remember, this money is non-refundable. That is where the problem comes in for so many people. So many people are now asking, oh, is it really worthy to move to Canada, couple with all these issues? But again, I cannot make decisions on you. To me, I have my personal interest. If I'm to advise you, I will give you options that look at this, look at this, look at this, think about this, look at these deposits and everything. So if you are paying the 1,500, know that if your visa is rejected, you will lose the money. Now, it's not just that. NBCC is also saying that when you pay this money, they are going to give you a particular date. I think after 1 month or 2, or I don't remember, you are going to pay first half of your tuition deposit. That is a fact. That one is already there. So those of you who were not aware, please note that this is what is on ground now. I am done with NBCC. Now let's go to requirements for you to apply. If you must apply to this school, guys, make sure, please do not forget, make sure that you have mathematics at ordinary levels. I'm talking based on Cameroonians. Those of you applying with O levels and A levels, you can go into NBCC, but make sure you read requirements. Some programs will take just high school documents, some will take postgraduate documents, which means that your O and A levels is not enough, and mathematics, English is very important. So please put all of this into consideration. It's a whole lot of stuff, and I'm just here to advise you to listen to this. Nigerians, you that you are applying with WAEC and NECO combined, please make sure you provide all the necessary codes that you need to show as evidence for all of this. It's so important. If you do not know, please know now. If you must apply with WAEC or NECO, be ready to show all those codes, because they are going to ask you to send to them via email. But if you do not use your WAEC or your NECO, you can always send them the codes for, there is a code, I think WAEC checker, something like that. Then if you have a bachelor's degree and you're applying for a diploma program, a 2 years program, it's also an advantage for you. You already stand a chance. But make sure you have mathematics and English. It's very important, because some people would be rejected based on this. These are the two things that you need to put into consideration for most programs. If you are an art student, then you can't go in for an engineering program, because some programs there like culinary arts, artificial intelligence. In fact, just make sure you have English and maths at high school. It's very important, because if you do not have this, or if you don't show evidence of this, it is going to be a very big problem. I am just telling you this. So these are some of the updates. And remember, if you studied at NBCC, there are pathways you can easily use to get PR. That is the first thing. There are programs like you can get, I think, Atlantic immigration programs that you can go in to get your PR easily. Then if you are going to the other college, I'm going to be talking about Nova Scotia Community College, you can equally get a PR easily, but just make sure that you find yourself in there. It's not going to be easy. I'm just telling you the truth or facts here. It's not going to be easy, but again, if you succeed, well, let's hope that it works well for everybody. Now, these are the requirements. Then for those of you who will be applying for NSCC, NSCC also has changed the rule. Before, it used to be $1,000 as deposit, non-refundable, right? Then but now you have to pay 5,000, and this 5,000 is refundable in case your visa is rejected. Remember, if you apply, get it, and you refuse to go in, you will not get a refund. But if it's rejected, you get a letter sent to them, they will give it back to you. There is also a possibility for you to freeze your program. I'm just here to explain to you so you understand all these details. If you want to freeze your program, you can freeze it. Speak to them, tell them you want to freeze it. They will not charge you for anything. I know two people who have done two people who just freeze their programs already, so it's not a big deal for them. They will now prepare against next year if they still make decisions to move abroad. Yeah, it's just a decision making something, but again, money is involved, so you need to consider many things. Now another thing is, if you want to apply to NSCC, apply before time, because they take more than 8 months, I think 6 or 7 or 8 months to give you offer letters. Offer letters for NBCC comes early, but that of NSCC, they take a lot of time to bring those letters in. Now remember, when you apply to NSCC, they are going to tell you to go to your school and tell your school to send originals of your transcript. Cameroonians, if you are using your advanced level to apply, or an A levels, go to the GCA board and tell the GCA board to send a copy confirmation of your results to them. They are going to give you an email, and of course the school is going to give you an email when you apply. I'm not talking to those who will be going in for the January 2025 intake. So it is now a decision making something. Then if you are using a degree to apply to increase your chances, it's still an option for you. You can still make decision based on this. I hope you understand. But in all, know that these are the two schools. If I'm to suggest for you now, I will tell you go to NBCC or go to NSCC, because looking at them, their tuition is quite affordable. NSCC is charging 11,000 plus, not up to 12,000 per year. Then NBCC, let's just say some programs take like 13,000 per year, but majority of the programs are like 12,800, not up to 11,000. Though they might be adding the fees very soon, but it will still remain the cheapest. So you just need to put all this into consideration, then see which one really works best for you to take. But I'll advise you to apply for the two. All right, just know that NSCC takes long to give offer letters than NBCC, but make sure you follow the procedure. Go to the competent authorities and ask them to send, so that they can evaluate it. I hope you understand. Then another thing is, you should also consider your grades. But the person with the best qualification stand a chance to go in. So you should consider all these things before you make the application. Then another thing I will advise you to do is, when you are doing the application, pay attention to the emails that will be given to you, like the email sent to you, because if you misplace the email, it is the same email you will need to sort out yourself. So put all these things into consideration, then let's see how it works, and we hope that you get a visa to move to Ghana. Remember, my last advice, do not put your eggs only on Ghana. Try other European countries. I will repeat this again. I said try other places. There are more places in Europe. Like if you have the money, you can take Finland as well. You can take Denmark as well. You can take the Netherlands. You can take Sweden. It all depends on you. All right. But those going to Sweden, remember admissions is starting in June. I will be bringing more updates about this development very soon. And also understand that if you want to study in Sweden, I will talk about it very soon. You should prepare yourself. For Cameroonians, please note that they might be asking you a lot of documents like transcripts and English proficiencies, but it's not going to be a big problem. Just know that there are laws in Sweden. In case you want to study in Sweden and stay back, you have to abide to those laws. There are laws for you to get PR. There are laws for you to get postgraduate work permit. So a lot of things are changing, but I will be dropping videos on this one after the other, so that we understand better. If you have any question, please drop it down below. If you need a one-on-one with me, please book from the video description box. Till we meet again, do not forget to share this video, guys. It will help somebody. Bye bye.